All right, shalom, shalom. Back with another video, man. Lord, want us to be edifying. But first off, we're gonna give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, for teaching and preaching us this word. And shalom to the hopeful elect, scattered abroad, making that calling election sure. Shalom, Like I say, man, it's another quick lesson to the spirit. I was just dwelling on, just going off the lesson I was listening to earlier from the elder from Manor Valley in New Jersey. Just about how we got to stay vigilant, man. We must stay vigilant on this watch, and while we doing this work, because, just like the lesson I did the other day, man, it's going to be many temptations. There's many things that we must endure and many things that's going to come to pass, on this walk. So why we got to stay vigilant, man, and, we'll just get right into it. And I'm just first off, before we get any precepts, for edification purposes, we'll get the definition of vigilant, So this is the definition of vigilant. I'm going to read maybe two definitions. The first one I'm going to read, it says, keeping careful watch for possible dangers or difficulties. So, a part of this walk, we got to keep careful watch for possible dangers or difficulties, man. And, these dangers or possible difficulties could be dangers to the truth, to the ministry, going into doctrine, or just going into, Esau, Edom, the wicked, and these other nations trying to cause harm unto Israel, like what this thing that's going on right now with the they got the recall on all that on the hamburger meat, man. So that's just brothers being diligent, keeping watch on that. They got the recall on all that hamburger meat, and it's it's not a coincidence, at the same time they doing this, they sending out these burgers for 50 cents and 1 cent, $1 cheap. They sending out this meat cheap, man. They sending it dirt cheap, and I think it was saying all the meat it's on recall because it has it's been infected with E. coli or something like that, if I'm saying it right. With some kind of disease or virus, whatever it is, man. I'm not too sure. But like the scripture says, man, be not ignorant, we not ignorant Esau's devices, man. We know that this man is very wicked, and just it's a lot of different kind of plots and schemes that's going on. That's why we must be vigilant. So the first definition again of vigilant, it says keeping watch or keeping careful watch. So we got to be keeping careful watch, man. We got to be precise on this watch. We can't just be calling out warnings and it's not really a warning. We can't be saying things that's not true. That's why we got to carefully watch. It says what for possible danger or difficulties, man. Like I said, it could be like for example the stuff with the meat or for what doctrines, man. Calling out dangers of brothers going off, here says, going off on a doctrine, or brothers that's trying to falsely accuse brothers, or just all different stuff, man, that you got to stay vigilant on, in this walk, in the ministry, man. And let's see which one I wanted. Yeah, this is the second one I wanted for vigilant, the second definition, and this is for from Merriam-Webster. So it says alertly watchful, especially to avoid danger. So we got to be alertly watchful, man. And it's true, man. We got to be alert, man. It says alertly watchful, especially to avoid danger. Especially coming into these times that's coming to pass. With the coming of our Lord, man, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. We know that all these prophecies must come to pass. Well, due to His coming, coming back to to save the elect, man. So we got to be on point, man. Being vigilant, being alert, watching for these prophecies, man. One of those that are of the elect. So brothers on point, man. Brothers on top of it, man. So we don't get caught unaware with these times that we coming in, man. Just with all these different schemes that Esau gonna come with, because we know as the scriptures read, paraphrasing Revelation, man, he's gonna come down with that great wrath, because he knows that he have a short time, man. So it's gonna be many little different schemes and plots that these devils gonna come with, man. But without further ado, man, we just gonna get right into it. Like I say, you got a few precepts. Kind of short, man, but Lord wants us to be edifying again. So we're just gonna start off in the book of Matthew, chapter 26, actually. Let's grab Matthew right here. Yeah, Matthew 26, and we're gonna start at verse 40. All right, so this is Matthew 26 and verse 40, and it reads, "And he cometh unto the disciples, and findeth them asleep, and said unto Peter, What, could ye not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." So they was on watch before the crucifying of the Lord. Before Yahweh had to go through, he had to go through, And he came into his disciples. He found them sleep, man. And he said what? He said what to them? He said, "What could you not watch with me 1 hour?" And that's kind of what the lesson. Like I say, this lesson is inspired from the elder of Man Valley. Because that's kind of what his lesson was going into. Like his title was, basically this precept. Verse 40. What could you not watch with me 1 hour? Because right now, they was watching with the Lord a literal hour, but right now, we only watch it. We watch it with the Lord now on our hour. But it's not a literal hour. It's just a short bit of time, because an hour is not long. That's a short amount of time. So, this short amount of time that we are watching with the Lord, we got to make sure we on top of things. Man, we got to make sure we can endure that whole hour and watch with the Lord, man. Because as you see right here in Matthew 26:40, like it says, Yahweh came back and found them sleeping, man. He said, "What can you watch with me for 1 hour, man?" So that's part of us staying vigilant, man. Start staying on that careful watch. We got to make sure that we're able to stay on our watch, man, the whole hour. Make sure we know we're not wavering in our watch, and we're not falling out, man. We're not letting things trip us up, or calling us away from the watch. We're getting thrown off our ball game, man. And just like it says in verse 41, it says, "Watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak," man. Because, ultimately we subject to these fleshly bodies, man. So like I said, the flesh is weak, but the spirit is indeed willing, man. The spirit want to do the will of the Father. They want to do the will of Yahweh Shemi Shai. But like I said, we got to watch and pray, man. We got to be vigilant. We got to make sure we're on top of our ball game, man. We're not slipping, man. You see what I'm saying? And just hopping off that, we're going to go to Ezekiel real fast. Because like the scripture saying, like Yahweh was saying, man, what you couldn't watch for you 1 hour, man. Like he said, like he telling us right here. We finna bring out Ezekiel and Isaiah and other chapters, man. He set us up to be watchmen, man. So to be watchmen and to be a watchman in that watchtower, you gotta make sure you on point, man. You can't be sleeping in the watchtower, man. You can't be, looking the wrong direction. You can't be, caught off looking at some Eve over here, or whatever the case may be. You caught over here, like, for a really aspect in today's world. You caught off watching football. You too caught up in watching Thursday night football. You too caught up in watching college football. You too caught up in trying to bet and make some money. You too caught up in Esau's society, man. We gotta make sure we're on top of our game, man. Like going back to the definition of vigilant, man, it says alertly watchful, man. We gotta be alertly watching, man. We gotta be watching carefully, like it says, man. But so we'll get this Ezekiel 3:17. Yeah, Ezekiel 3:17, and it reads, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman to the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me." Hey, so like the scripture tell you, man, he's made us a watchman to the house of Israel, man. So to our people, to the ones that's striving to the truth, man, trying to make it into the kingdom, we got to be those watchmen for our people, man. And it's just like, if you asleep, just for per se, a tornado was coming right towards your house, you would want somebody to wake you up and give you that warning, And so, as we see that they're approaching with Yahweh Shai coming, all these prophecies come to pass, it's like a big tornado that's coming, and we got to be on watch for that tornado. We got to alert our people every time we get closer and closer, or every time we see, it pick up a house, because, a tornado will pick up things, so we got to make sure we're alerting our people, saying, "Hey, man, a tornado just picked up this house and threw it in this direction, and that house may be coming your direction," or whatever the case may be, just for an example, man, kind of a bad example, but that you gotta be on point, man. You gotta be vigilant, man. That's the point, of this lesson, man. To exhort brothers to be vigilant in the truth, to be on top of your game, man. We can't get caught up. We can't get, we at the last we at the last straw, man. We at the last little bit, we in the fourth quarter. We can't give up now. We can't, we can't be on the sidelines, looking off into the stands, worrying about what they doing in the crowd. We see some girl in the crowd. We can't be worried about that girl in the crowd. We can't be worried about looking on the other side of the field, looking at the other team, looking at what kind of jerseys they got on, or if their helmet look good. You can't be caught up in these things, man. Or if you're a player that's on the field, you can't be on the field and the ball about to snap. You looking up into the sky. You trying to see if you can see a plane pass by, or the ball about to snap and you looking at the ground. You got your head up your ass, man. We can't have our head up our ass in the truth, man. We got to be vigilant on our watch, man. Doing our job, man. Being constantly enduring, man. You know what I'm saying? But, just to go off that, we're going to go to the book of Isaiah. We're going to grab Isaiah 62:6, man. So this is the book Isaiah 62 and verse 6. And it reads, I have set a watchman upon our walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, man. It's like it's telling you, man, hey, the most I have set a watchman upon the walls of Jerusalem, and who shall never hold our peace during our night, man. Hey, us just making mention of the Lord, what it says, keep not silence. And like it says in verse 7, I'm going to read verse 7, it says, and give him no rest till he establish, till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So we can't give the Lord no rest, man. We can't give our people no rest, man. So like it, man. But like I was saying, like the scripture was saying, Isaiah 62 and 7, we can't give the Lord no rest, man. And they that make mention of the Lord, give him no rest, man. So we got to constantly be bugging the Lord. We got to constantly be poking at the Lord, man, you know, doing our job on you know, staying vigilant and giving our people no rest as well, man. You know, constantly on top of our people, constantly, you know, giving watch, staying on watch and giving warning to our people, man. Constantly, you know, asking the Lord when he's gonna return, you know, and save us from you know, from these conditions that we're living in. You know, just like look at the case with the burgers, man, with the meat, man. Esau giving us this defiled meat, you know, constantly giving us all these GMO foods, and that's part of being on a watch, knowing that we receiving GMO foods, knowing that we're receiving the you know, this infected meat, man. You know, things of that, you know, and like the another thing that's going around with the 10-4 call. You know, with the 10-4 call is supposed to go out October 14th. You know, they're supposed to send out like these different radioactive waves, you know, with the 5G towers and all this, you know, different things, man. That's part of staying on the watch, man. Staying vigilant, you know, and alerting the people and seeing these things that come to pass, man, because you know, not giving no rest to these things, we got to stay on our watch, man. We got to stay vigilant, you know, on things concerning to prophecy, on things that's concerning to the, you know, the coming of our Lord, man, you know, and just things that's going on the earth with Esau and the wicked and these other nations, you know, concerning World War III, you know, and all these different things, man, because we know there's many prophecies that's to come to pass, you know, like you got the Battle of Armageddon, you still got the MOTB that's going to come into effect very soon, man. You still got, you know, the FEMA camps, you still got the war, like again, World War III. You got the racial wars. You know, Esau gonna come down with his wickedness. You know, nations gonna be fighting against each other. Seditions among man. These are the things we got to be on watch for. We got to be on alert for, man. You know, and constantly, you know, giving our people no rest and giving the Lord no rest, man. For these things to come to pass. So ultimately, for that end goal, to get the kingdom, man, to get out of this place, man, to get out of these conditions that we in, to get out of these, you know, corruptible bodies, man, that we subject to, man. You know, and just to be establish righteousness back on earth, man, in a new kingdom, man, you know, under our King Yahweh Shai, man, you know. And that's why we must stay vigilant in the truth on this walk, you know, to ultimately get to these things, man. That's why we got to do these things now. We got to put in the work now, man. You know, put in the work now for that, you know, for that kingdom, man, for the future kingdom, man, for the Lord Yahweh Shai, because he told us to do, man. This is something you should want to do because we commanded to do it. This our job. This our life, man. This ain't just, you know, well, damn, I gotta keep up with prophecy, or you know, this, you should want to stay vigilant. This should be, you know, I mean, ultimately in the kingdom, it's gonna be secondhand nature. But right now, you should want to do this, man. You should want to be vigilant on your watch. You should want to be, you know, endorsed in prophecy, endorsed in the word of Yahweh Shai, man. Because we know, you should know, and we gonna know, and we know, so like we know. That's going to lead to the kingdom of heaven, man, to the kingdom of Yahweh Shai being established in righteousness, man, for the elect's sake, and ultimately all of Israel once they come back, man. You see what I'm saying? You know, but, you know, we read that Isaiah, so we're going to jump back to Ezekiel. We're going to get Ezekiel 33, you know, just to go off that. Let's get this one fast. And we're going to get Ezekiel 33. It's like 33. Little tongue twister, 33 and 2. So this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 2. And it says, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him up for a watchman. You know, and ultimately, you know, us men of the Lord scattered abroad, you know, all through Babylon, you know, and some on the outskirts of Babylon, in different cities like, or different places like New Zealand, or where you got, what you got men in France, you got men in, trying to think, come to me, man, you got men of the Lord all over the place, man. You got men of the Lord, Australia, man, you know, but mostly in Babylon. You know, like I was telling you, I'm reading again, Ezekiel 33 and 2, it says, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say to them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him up for their watchman. So, like I say, with the man of the Lord being set up all over all over the earth, we set up upon that coast, man, to be that watchman, man. Like the scripture's telling you right here in Ezekiel 33 and 2. But to read on in verse 3, it says, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. So being that watchman upon that coast, man, for our people, like I said to you, man, when we see the sword come, when we see these different pestilence, these different things that the Lord prophesied, to come to pass, and see all these different, like I say, pestilence, troubles and things like the meat, just all these things that come to pass upon the earth, we got to blow that trumpet to warn the people, man. And that's part of being vigilant. That's part of, staying vigilant. That's part of being on your watch, man. It says, verse 4, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and take him not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. Verse 5, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will require at the watchman's hand. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman to the house of Israel, therefore thou shalt hear the word of my mouth and warn them from me. So ultimately, like it's telling you, man, and we giving warning from the Lord, y'all, by Shem Shai. And if we don't give the warning, and anybody be taking it, that what the Lord gonna require that blood at our hand, man. So that's why you really want to stay vigilant. That's why you got to be vigilant and true to give warning, man, because you don't want that blood on your hands, man. That's part of doing the job. That's part of doing this work. Going into not doing the work deceitfully, man. Sometimes you gotta get the sword bloody. You gotta get on, brothers. You gotta call, like I say, being vigilant and being on watch. It's not, of course, it's going into watching these prophecies, but you can, be watching out for, different doctrine, man, false doctrine. So sometimes you got to get on, brothers. Sometimes you got to get on these different pastors or these different people, that's trying to, blemish the ministry or come out with different false narratives, against the truth, man. That's part of staying vigilant on your watch. Watching out for these type things, man. Watching out for brothers. Watching out for agents, man. And then, like it says, in verse 5, man, because anybody else that hear that trumpet blow and take that warning, that's on them, man. We gave the warning. We did what Yahweh Shem Shai told us to do, man. We was on our watch. We stayed vigilant and we gave the warning, man. But they didn't want to take heed into it, man. But at the end of the day, we did our job. We did our part, man. You see what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. That's what you need to do. Is being the man of the Lord, man. Staying vigilant, man. But that, we just hop to Matthew, 24 and 42. Cause cause like I was saying, Matthew 24 and 2. Because just going back to the definition real quick of vigilant, man. The definition of vigilant again. The first one, it says keeping careful watch for possible danger or difficulties. And just like, Matthew 24 finna going to, if you keeping watch at your house, if like if Jake in the world know somebody's supposed to come shoot up his house that night, what he gonna do? He gonna stay on watch that whole night with his gun. Or if you knew, like the scripture finna tell you, if you know somebody finna rob you, what you gonna do? You gonna stay up sitting in your living room with your shotgun, looking at the door, waiting at the door, waiting for somebody to come into that back door, the front door. You're gonna be watching all the windows. You're gonna be peeking out the windows, peeking out the blinds. You're gonna be on alert, man. You may haven't even had your dog set up, watching too, or however you're gonna do. But the point is, if you know the danger is coming, you're gonna stay on watch. And that's being men of the Lord, knowing these prophecies, knowing these things that's gonna pass, knowing all these dangers and pestilence and different things that the Lord commanded is gonna come to pass. We must stay on watch. We must stay vigilant, man. You will be a fool not to stay vigilant and stay on your watch, knowing all these dangers and stuff that's coming to the world, that's coming to Babylon great, man. That's why we got to stay on our watch, staying vigilant, so we can escape these things. If it be the Lord's will, if it be of His mercy, that we escape these things, man. But at the end of the day, we still got to play our part. We still got to do our role. We still got to let the will of Yahweh Shem Shai be done, man. You see what I'm saying? But this is Matthew 24, and we're going to start at 42. It says, watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doeth come. It says, but know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not suffered his house to be broken up. So like just like I was going, just like I was saying, just like the scripture saying, if you knew when the thief was coming, and you would have watched, you wouldn't have suffered your house to be broken up. And then verse 44 it says, therefore ye be also ready, for in such an hour as ye know not, think of the Son of Man coming. It says, when who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord have made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season. So like it's telling you in verse 45, who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord have made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season. That's a rhetorical question, man, because you got to be that wise and faithful servant, to receive that meat in due season, man. To be able to be a man of the Lord, to watch, man, to be able to keep watch for the Lord, or you got to make sure you able to keep watch for the Lord, man. This ain't just like your regular job in the world. You can go there and bullshit. It's our job, like I was saying, man. We got to do this job with all our heart, with all our might, with everything in us, man. Keeping watch for the Lord, so what? So we can receive that meat in due season, man. That's part of staying vigilant. Part of staying on top of your game, man. Right? Vigilant, like the definition says, hey, we keep a careful watch, man. We being precise. We on top of our job. We're not just looking off and playing around. And we on that thing, man. And just like it tells you in Galatians, we'll get this real fast. In Galatians 6 and 9. And just like it tells you right here in Galatians 6 and 9. It's Galatians 6 and 9. It says, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So like it's telling you, man, we can't be weary in well doing. And that well doing is what is keeping on watch for the Lord, man, doing the work of the Lord, doing the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It says, let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So we're going to be the ones that's reaping that meat in due season, that's given from the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And ultimately, that's that reward, man, that salvation, man. You see what I'm saying? And like I tell you in verse 10, it says, as we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them that who are of the household of the faith. And it says, yes, as we have, it says, and as we therefore have the opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith. Like I said, us having that opportunity, what's doing good to into the household of faith, those men that's keeping the faith. Staying on watch, staying prudent for those men, staying vigilant, playing our part, doing our job, as part of the body, as part of the ministry, man. If you're arm, you got to play your part of the arm. If you're the nose, you got to play your part of the nose. If you're the eyeball, you got to play your part as being the eyeball, man. That's doing, that's playing your part. That's doing, doing good unto all men or those of the household of faith, man. You playing your part. You playing your position, man. You give it one to your brother, you giving one and you taking heed for your brother. You see what I'm saying? That's doing your part. But with that, we just gonna go to Mark 13. Mark 13 and 33. So this is Mark 13 and 33. Mark 13 and 33, it says, take ye heed, watch and pray, for you know not when the time is. For the Son of Man is a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. Watch ye therefore, for you know not when the master of his house cometh, at evening or at midnight or at the cockcrowing or in the morning, lest suddenly he come and find you sleeping. Verse 37. And what I say unto you all, and what I say unto you, I say unto you all, watch. So the Lord telling us, man, we got to take heed, watch, and pray, man, because we don't know when the time is. We don't know when the Lord can speed this thing up. He can speed this thing up in any second, man. He's probably could be rolling, man. They could be coming down the drain quick, man, in a hurry. So that's why we got to stay vigilant. That's why we got to stay on our watch. And like I tell you in verse 36, it says, let's come suddenly and he finds you sleeping, man. Just like, the beginning precept, Matthew 26. When he came and found his disciples, what? They were sleeping, man. They weren't staying vigilant. They weren't staying on top of the game. And then suddenly, Yahushua came and he found them sleeping. Man, we can't be like that. We got to make sure we up. We got to make sure we able to endure, man. Make sure we up and able to watch with the Lord that 1 hour, man. Watch until the end, man. We got to make sure we be able to watch until that coming of Yahushua, man. Until all things come to pass. But we're gonna go to read this inside, right? Because part of staying, vigilant is staying on your watch. It not being thrown off your watch. Not being thrown off your watch, man. You gotta, what's the word I'm thinking of right now? You gotta make sure your mind right, your heart right with the Lord. You gotta make sure you on point, with the prophecies, you on point with the word. You're not just, not knowing what's really going on, you're not knowing what you're really looking for, because it's one thing to be just to be looking, but you got to know what you're looking for. You got to know what prophecies that's coming to pass, that's already came to pass. You got to know, what's next. You got to know carefully, like it's like the village, like the definition of village says. You got to carefully watch, man. So you got to really know what's going on. But this is Sirach 2:1. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble." And my point of reading that, because when you come to serve the Lord, you come to, you come to serve the Lord, do the will of Yahweh Shem. I try to do this work, and stay on watch, man. And part of you staying on watch, you got to prepare our soul. You got to prepare your soul for temptation, because it's gonna be temptations to try to throw you off your watch. To keep you off your watch. Like you got all this, these things going on in the world. You got 2K24 coming out. You got the Madden 24, new Call of Duty coming out. You got college football. You got the NFL season just started. You got Esau throwing all kind of distractions, man. So you don't want to get caught off guard with all these different temptations that you're not on your watch, man. So you got Eve out here. Eve will throw you off your watch, man. You got all kind of different distractions, and so Satan can come at you with, man. So you got to make sure you stay vigilant, man. Preparing your heart for that temptation, constantly enduring. And then the point of verse 2, set thy heart right and constantly endure. So we got to make sure our heart is right. We got to make sure our heart aligned up with this word, man. Our heart aligned up with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. And what's going on, to constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble, because we got to make sure we constantly enduring this fight, man. Constantly enduring this walk, man. Make sure we're able to withstand everything that's going to come to pass, and stay on our watch, But we'll go to Proverbs 4:23. This is the book of Proverbs 4:23. And it reads, "Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life." So we got to keep our heart with all diligence, man. And keeping our heart with diligence, and it's being in line with His word, man. It's being in line with this said the Lord, being in line with the Lord commanded us, told us to do, man. Keeping our heart, with all our diligence, man. Making sure we good, man. Making sure we good in the head, making sure we good in the mind, making sure we in that right spirit, making sure we not in the wrong spirit, we not in that murky spirit. We not in the spirit of partying. We not in the spirit of this world, basically, man. We want to make sure we in that right spirit, the spirit that Yahweh Shem Yahushua was in, man. Yahushua was in the time He was here, Make sure we in that spirit of watching, man. That spirit of enduring, that spirit of, to get ready, just enduring, man. Getting ready to endure these afflictions that, that come upon us, so that we still got to endure, as the time be, and just being on our job, man. Just being, on our duty for this truth, man. You see what I'm saying? And we just end it with this. We're gonna end it with this First Peter 5. Because that's a part of keep your heart diligent, man. Like what it's finna read here in 1 Peter 5. Let's grab it real quick. First Peter 5:8, it says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walk about seeking whom he may devour." So we got to be vigilant, man. Be sober, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walk about seeking whom he may devour. Like I was saying, Satan come at you with these many distractions, man. He coming about seeking whom he may devour, man. And if you're not on point, if you're not vigilant, keep your heart with all diligence, keeping your heart, setting your heart right, constantly enduring and staying on point. Like Satan gonna devour you, man. He gonna eat you up, man. He gonna cause you to go off, man. He gonna cause you, to go astray from your watch, man. Or you gonna be found sleeping, man. Cause you got weary. You got weary and well doing, man. You got tired of the truth. You lost patience, man. You lost faith, man. And that's part of this walk, man. You can't lose patience. You can't lose faith, man. You gotta constantly endure. You gotta make sure you stay vigilant, man. You gotta make sure you're doing everything, to the best of your ability, man. Because we know that we still need corruptible bodies. We still subject to sinning, man, but you got to do everything to the best of your ability, man, for your how by Shema sake, man, for this word's sake, man, for the kingdom's sake, man, for the elect's sake, man, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day, man. And I'm just wrapping it up there. And like I say, Lord, when this is edifying, we're just gonna finish it, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and again, Shalom.